Okay, so we have a decent showing right now. So I'm going to go ahead and just go over a few housekeeping items before we begin. First off, thanks all for joining. This is kind of our first live event for Big Day of Giving since our orientation was pre-recorded. So we're excited to see you all guys virtually again. Hopefully, you know, in 2022, we can meet in person. That would be great since it's been 2 years now since we've all been in person. So just to start off, if you can keep all of your questions till the end or put them in the chat. So as we go along, you're welcome to put your questions in the chat, but we will leave time at the end to go over them. And just since we have a lot that we're going to be covering, we're going to wait till the end to go through those unless there's a point of clarification that VASI sees to bring up on something that we're talking about. Other than that, just for the sake of time and efficiency, we will be keeping all of those just towards the end to go through. Another point just to bring up is there will be a couple features like peer-to-peer campaigns and matching funds that we will eventually talk about. But again, for the sake of time, we won't be going super in depth with them today, but don't worry. We have trainings already scheduled for the spring that we will go more in depth and show you exactly how to use different features. So again, just for the sake of time today, we're going to be covering mostly just the profiles, but we also encourage you to get in there and poke around yourself, check it out. You can do that now. So just know that we will be coming back to that and you don't need to panic that you won't know how to use it. We will be covering it in due time. And one more thing before I introduce everyone, other than this is being recorded for you to be able to watch later, is that we wanted to emphasize that there are a lot of features that this new platform allows us to do. You'll see that there's a lot of ability to kind of highlight different things and put in some customization. And some people may find that overwhelming, but we want to encourage you to, you know, it's like with all of the features like matching funds and peer-to-peer, you don't need to use all of them. So, you know, it might seem overwhelming at first, but you can keep things simple. So just know that we're here to help. And if there's something that doesn't make sense to you or you just can't get the hang of, no worries. It's not required for you to use it for your participation. So with all of that out of the way, I wanted to introduce who's on the call today, not obviously all the people who are joining. Unfortunately, we have too many people to go through, but I'm Monica. I am the program manager for Big Day of Giving. You've probably connected with me before if you've participated in the past. If you email the BDOG email, I'm probably the one who's going to reply. So I really love connecting with all of you and I'm excited to start out this year with you. I'm also here with my colleague VASI Coman, who I'll let introduce herself.
Hey everyone, my name is VASI. I'm marketing director at the foundation. I'm going to mute myself for most of this because I'm sitting right next to someone who's also chatting, but it's good to see familiar faces and names here today.
Sorry about that, VASI. Yeah, work from home life for sure. And then I also wanted to introduce our partner from Mighty Cause, Bethany. So Bethany, if you want to introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. I'm on the East Coast, so it is afternoon for me. Nice to have a chance to meet you all. I am the VP of our community team at Mighty Cause, and I have had the pleasure of working with Monica and VASI for the last few months, getting everything up and running for this site. And I'm excited to have a chance to walk you through some of the features on the platform today. And as Monica said, really, this is the start of lots of more things to come in terms of getting everybody familiar with the tools and the platform. So thanks for joining today.
Thanks, Bethany. So we're going to go ahead and jump right in. We're going to turn off our videos just so it is easier just to see the screen full screen. And we will get started. So I will be using a profile that I call Doug the Dog as my user today. But you know, you should all be familiar with this is the new site. And, when you're logged in, you will see your little user icon in the top. And Bethany, I'll let you talk about kind of the marriage of the personal account and the nonprofit account.
Yeah, absolutely. So something that may feel new for some of you from the previous platform, in partnership with Mighty Cause, we have one login. There's one primary login area where you can access your organization's account as well as your individual user account. And so your individual user account, this is where you can find things like on this first page here, causes that you manage. So you'll see managed nonprofits here. This is one quick way to access your organization. If you have multiple nonprofits that you are managing, you'll see them listed there. And for created campaigns below, you'll see if you have started peer-to-peer fundraisers, teams and events, or if one of your supporters has started campaigns, this is how they can easily access any peer-to-peer fundraisers they've started for you. That second tab there is going to show your donation history. And so while this example doesn't have any history as a part of the transition, we have imported previous donation history. So you should have, through your organization, reports, all past donation history should be available there. And that means individual users will be able to access their donation history as well. You can access it here, filter, easily find causes to give again to through your user profile, download, as Monica was showing, that link up in the upper right corner. And then the final kind of item in your account is the settings, the boring things like where you change your email or change your password. If you want to do that, you do have the ability to set up multi-factor authentication for your account. If you'd like to do so, that's optional, and control what notification emails you get access to. Set up a stored card. You could do that through the payment flow. When you're making a donation, you have the option to choose to save your credit card, or you can come in and do that here. Again, just kind of streamlining the process for you or a donor when you are completing the process. So this is your user profile. And Monica, if you hover over the little icon in the upper right corner as you started with, so just making sure everybody's clear with kind of how you navigate this menu. That thing that you'll see at the top, recent, this will change based on what's the most recent page you've been working on the platform. If you've been in your organization's page or a specific fundraiser page, we'll try to remind you right at the top what's the most recent thing you've been working on. But you'll always have quick access to your organization's dashboard right there under organization, community foundation, and then below that was all your individual user profile items. So hopefully that's helpful as a quick orientation of when you log into the platform, how do you quickly get to the places that you want to get? Under organization will be your nonprofits dashboard. Under your individual name, where it says Doug here, that's where you access your individual user profile items. All right, so I'm going to keep talking through here. As you can see, Monica has clicked on the dashboard for the Sacramento Region Community Foundation through that user menu. So I'm here on my organization's account dashboard on the platform. You as an administrator, when you log in, will be taken first to this overview screen. Of course, any of your donors, visitors to your page are not seeing this overview. They'll go right to your organization page, that second item down on the dashboard. But this is your welcome to the platform, if you will, every time you come on. If you pop those announcements back open, Monica, you'll see every time you log in, you've got this announcements bar on the right-hand side. This is a tool that Monica and Vasey and the team at the foundation can use to keep you updated on important information, relevant things coming up, trainings, resources are linked here. So you can always at any time get a quick access to all of the BDOG resources right through here. But this is a great way to keep up to date on what is new and what is upcoming from the Community Foundation. They'll be posting updates there. You can always collapse, of course, once you're done reading those if you'd like. So on this screen, there's a couple of things I want to point out. First is the yellow kind of notification you see right there, your organization setup is incomplete, see to-do list. This is the platform's attempt to make it really easy for you as a nonprofit to understand all the items that you have completed and all the items that are left to complete in order to be fully approved for the giving day and have your profile reviewed and approved by the foundation. So clicking on, it's showing yellow here as a notification that, hey, you're incomplete, you've got action to take. So that pops open this to-do list. This is kind of the streamlined view, but you can open the full view and you'll see every item that is required for your organization to complete is listed here. And as it's completed, it's receiving that blue check mark. Before it's completed, when it's not checked, or even when it is, you can click on any of the items in the to-do list and it will take you to the place on your page where you have to make those edits. So again, trying to make it really easy for your nonprofit to quickly move through all the steps that you have to take. And this to-do list will update in real time so that you're aware as you're making progress through the process, what you've completed, what you have left. So that on this overview screen, you'll see that yellow indicator, but that little area at the top of the screen where it says to do and has that little red dot, that's going to persist on every, on your profile page as well, so that you have multiple places to easily get into that to-do list. That red dot indicates you still have action to complete there. You'll see next to that to-do list notification is a registration notification, letting you know that your registration in this case is pending for Big Day of Giving 2022. As soon as your registration is fully approved, that will be where you can verify that there. So you have the ability through your overview screen to confirm your registration status for any upcoming giving day that you're participating in this case, Big Day of Giving 2022. And then below that is some fun stats that you have access to. And again, there's more reporting later down in the dashboard for your full donation history. This is really a way to welcome you to the platform with key stats and metrics that are going to be important to you, trying to make that process easier. So if you, you can see that chart down there, but if you stay up here on these tiles, the platform is going to default with a standard set of either 5 or 6, I can't remember off the top of my head, of standard metric tiles that we are assuming people want to know about. Donations, donors, total raised, profile visits, etc. You have the ability to update for you what are the standard metrics that you want to be aware of and reminded of every time you come in. You can add additional ones. As you see here, there's a long list. If you really care about knowing what the highest donation amount or the average donation amount that your organization has received over time, you can select to add those cards. You can also see at the bottom of every individual card is the ability to change the time frame. So last 30 days, last 90 days, year to date, last 12 months. So depending on what metric you're looking at, you might have a different time period criteria that you're interested in. If you want to delete any of these, you can with the little 3 dots in the upper left of each one. You can remove a card. And so what will happen is when you come in and edit this, the next time you come back to the platform will remember that you added this card and you changed this card and you changed the timing on this card. And each individual admin for your organization has the ability to set their own preferences here. So perhaps you have a specific set of metrics that are really important to you based on your job function, but your executive director or your finance person or whoever else it might be on your team that may access the platform, they may have some different metrics that are important to them. They can set up the metrics they want to see on login. So you can also see there's the export option at the top there. So that will export the data for you here to be available off platform. But again, this is meant to make it quick and easy for you to get some insight into your activity every time when you log into the platform.
Bethany, we have a question in the chat. Terry asks, can we download the stats?
Yes, so that's that export button right there in the top right. All right, so from here, I'm going to pop into the organization profile page. So this is the organization page. As you can see at the top, this is your view as an administrator. Of course, visitors to your page aren't seeing the organization page and the description below that. They're not seeing any of the editing tools, but you can see there's a quick edit menu, as well as a little toggle that you can flip on and off to view the edit mode of your profile page versus the public view of your profile page. So edit mode is going to call out with these pencil mark icons throughout the page, showing you what you can edit and how you can do that. But if you ever want to get a quick preview of what the page looks like to a donor, you can just flip that toggle out of edit mode, scroll down, and now you're seeing the experience for a donor. And you can also collapse your dashboard, Monica, with the little arrow in the top corner. So here again, this is from the banner down, a pretty good preview of exactly what a donor will see as they scroll through your profile page. So quick tips for kind of editing and the two different views that you have access to here. As you can see, as Monica scrolls the page, similar to what she mentioned earlier, there's lots of features and functionality on the platform. Every nonprofit does not have to take advantage of every place on the platform that you have the ability to customize. Some may work for you, some may not work for you. But I think the goal of today's training is to at least introduce you to all the options so that you have the ability to begin playing around and seeing what is important for you. Of course, there are required items, as you'll see on the to-do list, that you'll need to complete, but there's a lot of additional features on the page that aren't required, that are optional for you if they help you tell your story and encourage donors to give. So
Bethany,
yeah.
Marissa asked a great question, and I'm noting all the questions in the chat. But before we move away from the profile, is there a view as mobile option? How do you recommend folks see what it looks like on their mobile phone?
Yeah, that's a great question. There is not a kind of toggle to show the view as mobile. So there's two ways that you could do that. One way that I view things, if I'm trying to understand the mobile view, is I go into my Chrome settings, developer tools, and that allows me to preview on different mobile devices. But the other option is you can just visit your profile page on your phone and you can see the experience there as well. So there's not a third toggle or third mode you can look at here in desktop, but you could always visit on mobile or take advantage of some of those developer tools to kind of simulate mobile on your browser.
Thanks, Bethany.
Mm-hmm. So let's see here, next item. So high level, all those places that you see pencil mark icons, we'll kind of walk through as we get down the page. These are where you can make edits. So calling out the places where you might want to make edits. Monica clicked on the display name at the top of the page a minute ago. You can change the display name for your organization. If you'd like to change the legal name for your organization, along with the legal address, that's something that we will get to a little bit later on in the settings, because there's a process that we encourage organizations to follow to give proper documentation for those kinds of changes. But before we scroll too far down the page, I wanted to call out the request content review and badge section. Once you complete all the items on your to-do list, this is where you can begin the process to submit your profile for review by the SRCF and BDOG teams. So you'll see this item is also listed as an additional item on your to-do list. So you can access this flow right from there or from right here on the profile page. It won't let you submit for review until you've finished all of the items on your to-do list. But as soon as you've finished all of your items on your to-do list and you're feeling good about the place of your profile, you can click on that button to submit your profile for review. It will then go to the team that will review. They will get back to you with any comments or notes. You will receive an email. You'll also see right in the same space, you'll see a notification if they've gotten back to you with comments, or once you're done, you'll see notification there that the profile has been reviewed with the year. So that's just wanted to call that out. That's an important piece to be aware of. That's the place that you'll start and engage with sort of any activity as it relates to the profile review process. It lives right there under that display name. So then a couple of the other features here, we scrolled past the top where you can edit your logo and your banner image. You can upload a banner image. You can choose a banner image from our gallery. You can add a color overlay on top of the banner image if you need a little help making your logo pop. As Monica clicks around, you can see you're seeing in real time what the changes look like. So it should be hopefully pretty easy to make sure that you've got a nice, strong looking image and display right here at the top. You also have the ability to select the theme color. That's that orange color that you're seeing throughout the page. So you have the opportunity to select a hex code or just, from the color picker right here to choose a color in line with your logo to just give your organization a little bit more of your own kind of unique branding as you go through the page, all optional. As you scroll down into the metrics and the goal section, you'll see you have the ability to decide, do you want to show the total amount raised and or the number of unique donors? You can choose to show both or just one, depending on what's important to you. You can choose whether you want to include offline donations to show in this count, or if you're only interested in showing online gifts. And you can also choose what is the start date for calculations. So for when early giving starts for BDOG this year, for example, we will help refresh this for you so that you're automatically showing metrics just from this year's BDOG, or I guess next year, 2022's BDOG section. But if there are other times in the year that you'd prefer to show kind of the lifetime of what you've raised on the platform, or there's other time windows that you're interested in, you have the ability to control what is that window. Or as Monica just showed you, hide the section altogether if you're not interested in showing metrics for a certain period of time. You also have similar functionality with that goal below. You can add this goal bar as an optional item on your page. You don't have to have a goal, but you can add it. You can customize it. You can change the goal at any time. So best case scenario, you have a $10,000 goal and halfway through the giving day, you're doing amazing and you want to up your goal to 15,000. You're welcome to do that. You can also hide this section as well if you are not interested in having a goal displayed. Then when we get into kind of the about section here, the story section, the meat of the page, you have this free-form toolbar here at the top of the section to hopefully help you build a dynamic story, tell a dynamic story about your organization. So all these icons here, as Monica hovers over them, you can see a description of what it allows you to do, text alignment, formatting, numbers, bullets. You can upload and insert photos directly into your story here. You can embed video right here into the story. You can even embed a live stream right through the same place here. Lots of functionality here to build, like I said, a dynamic story, make it pop off the page to encourage donors to really engage with the content that's important to you. And then upper right-hand corner of this section, you'll see that save button. So once you complete any of the edits that you'd like to make, you click save and you're good to go there. You'll see there's also a second custom tab that's been added here where you see BDOG 2022. Custom tabs are an optional field. You don't have to have this available if you're not interested in it. But let's say you do have additional information that you really want to share with your donors, but you don't want to distract away from the primary story that you've got in that about section. You can do as the SRCF profile has done here, share a different type of story on this page. So you have the same access to editing tools, you can still add videos, formatting, etc. But it just creates an extra tab on your page so that donors have the ability to click into and view additional information if they'd like. Again, that save button in the upper right-hand corner once you finish making your edits. And then as we scroll into the next two, I guess, the next two sections I wanted to talk about, I think maybe we're not taking advantage of them here, but so there's two sections that talk about featured campaigns and all supporting campaigns for your nonprofit. This is two different ways that you have the option to showcase peer-to-peer fundraising for your organization. So this featured campaign section, optional section, if you have a fundraiser that your organization has created, or a maybe team or event campaign, a group of peer-to-peer fundraisers happening together that's specific for the Giving Day, and you really want to highlight this campaign, you have the ability to take advantage of this section. Through that little plus sign there, you can add, search for and add a campaign that you want to add, and it'll just, again, create this more bolded space within your profile that showcases your campaigns. So you can feature, I believe it's up to 6 totally, but it's up to you how many you'd like to feature, or if you have any you want to feature. If you're not interested, you don't have to use this section and it'll be hidden from the page. The campaign supporting this organization is just another way to showcase peer-to-peer fundraising. And so in this section, you're not choosing which campaigns do you want to show or not. This is just, are you interested in showcasing all the campaigns supporting your organization, or do you want to hide this? So this usefulness of this to your nonprofit will depend on what kind of peer-to-peer activity is happening for your organization, if there's lots of peer-to-peer campaigns or not that many, and if you're interested in those peer-to-peer campaigns showing publicly on your profile page, or if you'd rather just hide this section and allow donors to move more quickly through some of the other content that you have available. So again, kind of circling back to where we started, there are lots of features and functionality. I don't want you to get overwhelmed by these two options here. They're just things that you can play around with to choose how do you want to, and do you want to promote specific peer-to-peer campaigns that you have going on, and showcase them right here on your profile. So I think, Monica, that's most of the items that I wanted to cover. I'll let you keep walking through the rest, and I am here to pop in with additional questions.
Thanks so much, Bethany. Just going down through the list of stuff that we have to cover, like our old campaign, our old profiles, you'll see that, you know, there is a mission area, there's a needs section where you talk about your organizational needs. These sections don't have the same kind of creative flexibility that you have with that about section and that custom tab up here, because they're purely, you know, to let people know about your organization and about the needs of your organization. So you can add those both here with these edit boxes, and they are required. And then you can get down to the media gallery. So one thing to note that is different from how our media gallery has worked in the past is it is purely a gallery, so you won't be able to click on these photos. It's just kind of to highlight the visual aspect of it, and that they're also a 1:1 ratio. So if you do have a photo that you want to show, it's, you know, more than just a 1:1 ratio, you can add that to the about section, but the media gallery is purely just a gallery. And in addition to the media gallery, there's also, you can add your Instagram gallery and your Facebook gallery if you want to connect it to your organization's page. Wouldn't be your personal page, it would be your organization's page. And then these will automatically update as you add things to your Facebook page. So they would sync with those social media profiles. Another thing that is new this year is we have the ability to add volunteer opportunities. As you may have seen in the orientation, Mighty Cause does have advanced features that are required for to pay for, but they have graciously offered this feature for all of our organizations at no cost. And so if you have a volunteer opportunity, you can add it. We'll see later in the volunteer section, but people will be able to come here, click, and find out more information about your opportunity. They can download a PDF if they want, and then they can click register, and they will see that there's how many positions are available. So that's something that's available year round. When we get down to here, we'll see a lot of what was available on our old profiles. So things like organization name, if you have other names that you go by, you know, if we were well known as SRCF, we could add that here. That way people can make sure that they find us. Your tax ID number, your mission category, your operating budget, all of those are things that you can change like you have in the past been able to. So you can change that there. Organization needs, you do need at least one, but you'll see it's a little bit different than in the past where we had organization needs for each thing. This is program wide. So if you want to add one, you can add if you need, you know, board members or in-kind donations, and just add those needs there and they will add, or you can take them away and click save. Demographics served is an area that is connected to the filters on the search when people are searching for nonprofits, where you can say if you serve any of these specific groups of individuals or entities that people might be interested in searching for specifically, such as veterans, LGBTQ, seniors, things like that. You also can put your address here. Like Bethany said, this is your display address that you want to show people. Your legal name is different in that it is synced with the IRS database through Mighty Cause, and it does require an extra step to edit, but it's not something that displays publicly on your profile. And you can add another address if you have multiple locations or you want to add a display or a mailing address, you can change that there. Service area is required. You can find, you know, this is a local giving day and a local database. So if you serve, you know, other states, we're really just looking for what you serve in the region because this is a local database. So it could be that you serve all of California, which you could just put California right there. Or you can list specifics, like if I only serve the Citrus Heights neighborhood, I could put Citrus Heights and list those there, and you can add up to 5. Phone number, email, and website, very much like address. Social media accounts, one thing to note is that if you add them, you can choose which icon goes with them. So LinkedIn, Pinterest, things like that. If you have a Pinterest for your organization, you can add that there. And then people will be able to click on those icons and go straight to your social media platforms. Programs, similar to how they've worked in the past. However, they now can accommodate a photo if you want. It's not required. They do need a name, a program budget, a description, and the impact, which used to be called program successes. And then you can remove the program there. You can also change the order of the programs with these toggles up here. And you can add more programs with that plus sign, or when you scroll down, you'll see there's also a place to add more programs there. Only one program is required, but you do need to have at least one. Under management, again, it's very similar to how it's been in the past, except for we now have the option of adding photos if you want to. Again, it's optional. You do need to add at least just your leader or co-leader of your organization. You don't need to add other staff, but if you have an all volunteer organization, you would put your board chair, just you need to have one organization leader. If you have, in which case you would click that check mark and it would list them as the organizational leader here. If you had a co-leader, say you have two equally positioned leaders, you could click this on the second person and it would then list them as co-leaders. You can only do this with two people, but that's how you can list co-leaders if you have more than one. Governance works mainly the same as management. Again, you do have the option to add photos if you want, and there is a board share tab for only one of the board members that you will want to click there. And the term for listed below is only required for that board chair, but you do need to have a current term listed for your board chair. When you scroll down under board members, you will see a place to add board demographics. So you'll click that little pencil icon at the top there and change it. So it'll make sure that you have the correct number based on what you listed. So if I add one here, I'll get this little icon here that says that I have the wrong number added, in which case when it goes back down to 19, it will say it is correct. And then we also have a place to add race and ethnicity and gender identity. And both of those are required. Under financials, you'll—
Hey, Monica, can I interrupt because Madeline asked a question about—
Yeah, of course.
Demographic data. And I just wanted to share before we move too far away from that, maybe what we use that data for and why we collect it. So in addition to helping area donors learn more about local nonprofits, our team at the foundation uses data from GivingEdge to better understand the Capital Region's entire nonprofit sector. So we use aggregated data about the demographics of governance boards and nonprofit leadership to get a sense of how the makeup of boards, for example, reflects the diversity of local communities in order to shape our work and investments in growing the capacity and impact of our nonprofit sector through things like our programming and our grant making and our trainings and donor education, for example. So Madeline, I hope that answers your question from a bit earlier.
Yeah, thanks for adding that, Basie. So just to go through this quickly, because I want to make sure we have enough time for questions. We have, just like in the past, you are required to add 2 years of financials. So when you click to add them, you'll choose your fiscal year, and then you'll also choose what form you use. So you'll find that at the top corner of your tax document. If you have, so if I choose an EZ, I'll see down below right here, there's help text for where exactly I can find this line in my tax form. If you file a 990N, we do require the additional financial statement because the 990N doesn't have as much information on it. And so if you click on this link, it will take you to that financial statement PDF that you can fill out, download, and then upload into the system. So that way we have that information that's required. You'll also see it automatically links to the document that is correlates to that fiscal information. You'll also want to add whatever the end of your fiscal year is. So if that's end of year, or if that's in April or May, that would be there. And then all of these graphs are automatically generated, so no need to do anything with that. And then finally, under documents, you can add, this is where you would add your financial documents, and you can also add any other documents. So maybe you want to add your annual report or some kind of donor education information, you can add that here. Note that all of the documents that are uploaded here are public. So we will show you in settings where if there's a document that you want to upload to provide for us, but you don't want it to be public, we will show you where you can add that. So moving right along, And we encourage you to kind of look through this stuff. Again, if you see anything with that little blue flame, it does mean that it's an advanced feature that does require a paid plan. But again, we want to reiterate that those advanced features are in no way required to run a successful campaign. They are just additional ads that some people might find helpful, like text to give or embeddable donation forms. Just quickly going through this again, we will go over this more in the spring, but this is where you can see all of the fundraisers that are listed for your organization. If you click on them, will take you to that page, and you will be able to edit, even, if it's a donor who created it and you want to change something they said, you can change that. But again, we encourage you to go through and look at what's available in those. There's some exciting new features with them, such as a donor wall. If a donor gives, you'll see that their name and their amount are there. They have the option to hide that. It does tell them that at checkout. So if they don't want to be public, they have the option to stay anonymous, and it will only be anonymous to the public. You'll still get their donor information. There's also an option for you to add updates, the fundraiser themselves to add updates. And then people can also comment on their fundraising pages. But again, we will go through that later. So don't worry about, mastering all of that now. We will be doing more of that as well. There is an option to create widgets, which will allow you to embed them on different websites if you want them to give through your GivingEdge campaign. You can do that there. And we'll go through that more later. Matching funds will also go through, but that is where you can add them. Volunteer opportunities, which we put in on the organization page. You can create those and manage those here. So you can create them by clicking that create button and post those there. And there's also an option to create fundraising templates. So if you have a campaign where you want all of your board members to create a campaign, you can start a template for them and then send them the link so that way they have something to get them going when they start their campaign. If you want to set specific things, and then you would just send them the link to that. So again, don't worry too much about the bells and whistles. We'll eventually go through those. Under reports is where you can see your donations. So if you go to all donations, you'll see I made a donation, and you can see that it's through a fundraising campaign. You'll see that you won't see all of the donor information here, but you can click download at the top here. And once you click that, you will see all of your donor information, like address and things like that. But it won't show you that in this view. So you do need to download that Excel form. We also, as always, have offline donations, which we will again go over later, but we do have an option to import offline donations in bulk, which I know is something that's been asked for before. The retention, I'm not going to click on it because it does have donor information on it, and I want to make sure that we respect donor privacy. But that retention place does have some data on looking at what donors came back and stats like that to help you analyze how your donation campaigns have been going. Under this checkout page, you'll see that you can now edit a few more options on your donation form. Like before, you do have the option of editing the donation amounts, the suggested amounts that people see. So you can put a description if you want. You can also put no description if you want to just give them options there. And it will just give them the options like that. But you also have the option of adding descriptions. They can, of course, always put in their own amount. And the reason why you see things like this button is to show you exactly what the donors will see. This add a dedication so they can add on behalf of, in honor of, in memory of, these options there. Vasey, did you want to mention the designation section?
Sure. And again, I'm sorry for the person talking next to me, if you can hear him.
I feel really good about it.
Checks that the foundation cuts after Big Day of Giving and for any gifts made through GivingEdge are technically unrestricted. That's what's going to be listed on the grant letter we send. But there is this option to add a designation section. And Monica and I were talking about, well, what can we say about how organizations could consider using this? And I thought about an organization that I volunteer for, which is small and is interested in opening up an endowment. And so I was telling Monica, we could consider using it to allow donors to indicate they'd like their donation to be directed into the endowment. But what we would have to know is that that's something that we have to track in order to honor our donors' intent, because the grant letter from the foundation is going to say that all of the gifts included in the check are unrestricted. So just something to keep in mind. It may not be right for every organization that is involved in Big Day of Giving or filling out their GivingEdge profile to add a designation section. It does require a little bit extra work to ensure you're honoring your donor's intent, because that won't be made clear in the grant letter from the foundation.
Thanks, Vasey. Yeah, so it's not, by default, it's not there, but you do have the option to add it, and we just want to put that, that reminder out there. You also have the option to add an additional question. So like if you want to add, how did you hear about our organization? People can add that. Or, normally there wouldn't be anything there, but you can add a section here and it will give you options of what kind of answers you want to input. If you want to get a phone number or an additional email, you do have the option to request all of those or make them required if you want. And that would be specific for what a donor would see when they give to your organization specifically. And then lastly, down below, as always, we do have the option to cover fees, but you can, if you prefer not to have that option shown to donors, then you can have that, so that way it will not prompt them to offset the cost of fees if they don't want. But there are still, of course, fees on the donations that we talk about in the orientation. But if you don't want them to be prompted to have that, then you can hide that. And then just like the profile, there's the edit toggle up top where you can see exactly what the donor will see when they check out. Moving right along, we have the thank you page. So when once they make their donation, you do have the option to edit exactly what they see when they get a confirmation when checking out. That is just a small thank you from you. And note that this is only if they give to just your organization. If they give to multiple organizations in one checkout, they wouldn't necessarily see that, because if they're giving to 5 organizations, that would be a lot of thank you messages. And just as in the thank you message, there also will be a place where you can customize a little thank you in their donation receipt that goes along with all of the other information that they'll have confirming their donation. Again, if they give to multiple organizations, it would only show you, it wouldn't show them all of the custom thank you messages, because that would be a lot of messages. You also have the option to send a test receipt if you want to see exactly what it'll look like. Integrations, again, that is the option for if you do have a paid plan, which is not required. Mighty Cause also offers Google Analytics to us, to all organizations participating at no cost, which is very generous of them. But we will talk more about that later next spring. So don't worry about it now. It's also totally optional, but it is an extra feature for people who might be more advanced at web tracking and design. Under plan management, again, that is where you can see the advanced features. General settings, under these settings options, this is where you can customize your URL. So whatever you want people to enter in the URL to go directly to your page. So ours is bigdayofgiving.org/foundation. And so you can edit that here. So as long as it's available, it will allow you to change your URL to that. Discoverability, if for some reason you don't want to be discoverable on the search, when people search for nonprofits, you can turn that off. If you haven't completed your profile page yet and it's out of date, it will be, your discoverability will be off until you update that. Alternative search names, this is where you can add other search terms if there's things that you want to make sure that you come up under. If you are a baseball organization, you could put baseball, you could put sports teams, things like that. Search tags are all of the areas where the filters will search for in the front. So this is stuff that you'll see again on the organization page. So nothing new. On social sharing, there is a place for you to edit what it will look like when someone shares the link to your profile on social media. So instead of just the standard Big Day of Giving social card that pops up as a preview of the website, it will show whatever you want it to customize that more. And again, you can change the fee payment if you don't want them to see the option to help offset cost of the fees. Organizational info, again, this is stuff that is synced with the profile page. So that's what you'll see there. Like Vasey said, we also have the leadership demographics that we use to help inform our grant making and our programs. And so for the leadership demographics, you'll add that here and note that they aren't public because they are connected to a specific person, unlike the board demographics that are general for the entire board. Legal name, again, like Bethany said, this is something that is synced with the IRS database. So if you have a change in your legal name or your legal address, you'll want to enter that here and then select a file to upload proof of that name change there. And then here's where you can add documents that you don't want to be public. If there's a document that you need to add for our sake or for Mighty Cause for changing your name, something like that, you can add that here. We're almost done and then we can get to questions. For disbursement settings, this is where you add whoever will receive your e-check. Again, e-checks, we talk about them in the orientation. They're also, we have an FAQ about them, but that is how we distribute the funds that you raise on Big Day of Giving. And then finally, admin, this is where you can see all of the people who are on your page, who have access to your page. So your colleagues, things like that. So Vasey and I are here. You can remove them with these X's, or you can add a new admin here if you have a new person who started. So you have access to all of that.
Hey, Monica.
Yes.
Noah asked, is there a limit to team members who can sign up under the same organization and create their dashboard?
I believe in terms of how many people like you can have listed here, I believe there isn't a limit. I think it is 10, but Bethany, if you can chime in if I'm incorrect on that.
Yes, 10 is correct. So you can have up to 10 people within your organization that all have administrative access to your platform or to your dashboard.
Thanks. So yes, I know I kind of sped through at the end there, but I wanted to leave some time for questions. I will stay on if there are questions past the hour mark, but I will go ahead and stop my screen and rejoin. So Vasey, if there's questions that came through, if you want to highlight any of those, or if anyone wants to raise their hand, we're happy to answer questions that way as well.
Sure. Yeah, I've been tracking some of the questions that have come through in the chat. Terry, I have a number from Shira, I believe it is. And she asks, how does GivingEdge integrate with Salesforce? And is this a tool that she could use instead of Give Lively or in addition to? I'm wondering if maybe Bethany can talk about responding to those.
Sure. So there is a direct Salesforce integration that is available. That is one of those advanced features. So if you happen to use Salesforce, then a direct Salesforce integration would save you lots of time and energy. I encourage you to explore the integrations tab of your dashboard to see if that Salesforce integration might be a good fit for you. Aside from that, you can always, of course, download your donations report as a CSV and import into Salesforce. But if you are hopefully getting lots and lots of donations, a direct integration might be a good thing to consider. And then as to the second question for Give Lively, it's a different, that's just a completely different platform. But I do think most of the features that are available on Give Lively, you would most likely also have access to through this platform. So depends on specifically what you use Give Lively for. But I know, in my general knowledge, I'm not super familiar with Give Lively, but my general knowledge, I think a lot of the same basic features and functionalities are available throughout the dashboard that you'll have access to with GivingEdge. So I definitely encourage you to poke around and see if it might be an opportunity for you to condense your fundraising and not have to manage quite so many platforms if this GivingEdge platform is able to serve that need for you.
Great, thanks, Bethany. And just a few more kind of questions that I think we may be able to give quick answers to. Terry asks, is there a mobile app?
So there's not a specific separate mobile app, but everything that you just saw today that Monica went through, you can access on mobile. The team here at Mighty Cause works very hard to design everything mobile first, to QA everything on mobile. So the experience, whether it's a donor giving, a fundraiser creating a fundraiser page, or you as the organization managing your profile, you should be able to do that all through just as easily on mobile. You don't have to download and access a separate mobile app. You can just visit your page on mobile or visit the site on mobile.
Okay, great. And Shira has another question, and I want to thank you for all of your great questions, Shira. She asks, when filling out the service areas portion of the profile, should you add the locations for which the areas for which you have locations or offices, or the locations for which you serve people?
So I can answer that. So that is going to be where you serve people. So, if you provide services to whoever comes to your organization, you might want to put just all 4 of the counties that Big Day of Giving covers, or all of California. If it is you only serve residents living in Roseville, Auburn, and Loomis, then you would just put those 3. So it's whoever you serve, the resident, whoever you serve, not where your organization is located.
All right, thanks. Got the thumbs up. And then Julie asks, and I think this is a bit of a pivot away from here's information about how to use the new functionality on GivingEdge. She asks, is there a specific time frame for board giving? And Julie, I think you're still on. So do you mean for the Big Day of Giving prize? I wondered if you wanted to clarify a bit about your question there. Well, if not, Monica, do you have just kind of a general answer? Is there a specific time frame for board giving?
Yeah, so if it's for the board giving prize, that's going to be during the early giving period starting on, I believe, April 21st is when it starts this year. Check the calendar. fact check me, but through Big Day of Giving. So just that Big Day of Giving campaign, if it's the big board prize. But again, that's something that we will cover as Big Day of Giving gets closer and as we announce what the prizes are.
Okay, Julie has clarified in the chat. You see that?
Yes.
Thanks,
So
Julie.
the percentage of boards on the below the board demographics, yeah, it would be the board members who give to your organization. It doesn't really, I don't think time frame would be a factor. It's just, you know, if you have an idea of all of your board members donate to your organization, or you kind of use your best judgment on that. If someone hasn't given in 20 years, but they're on the board, then maybe that you wouldn't count them in the percentage of board giving. But if they gave last year, but haven't given again this year, maybe you would count them. So it's kind of, you kind of have to use your best judgment on that.
Those are all the questions that I saw in the chat, Monica.
Okay, and if there's any specific questions that you asked in the chat that we may not have covered, feel free to email us and we can go over those directly. It might just be something that is specific just to you. So just for the sake of time, we might want to answer those questions directly. But if there's any other questions, we will hang on for a few more minutes if you want to raise your hand or put it in the chat.
And I'll just chime in to mention one thing. If you have questions as you're digging into your profile or your dashboard, and it's a technical question, you know, how do I upload my logo or any kind of details like that, you're welcome to reach out to the Mighty Cause support team. Our email is support@mightycause.com. There's also a question mark little icon that will sort of follow you through your dashboard. Clicking on that on any one of the pages you are on will open up and suggest some help articles that might be relevant for you based on the page that you're on. You can search our support forum. That's also how you can submit a ticket to our help team. So Mighty Cause team is here for help. We are the most helpful contacts when it's a technical question. If it's a question that makes more sense for the foundation, about prizes, about local events, you can of course reach out to the BDOG email. But just wanted to make sure you all knew Mighty Cause customer support team is here to help. And then we also have lots of other resources for you. If you'd like to explore, we have a blog, we do regular monthly webinars, ebooks, all kinds of additional fundraising resources that are available from Mighty Cause if you're interested in learning more.
Vasey and I have looked at those articles and they are really helpful just from a general fundraising standpoint. So, and I think Vasey put a link to the support library that Mighty Cause has for general technical questions. And note that Mighty Cause has done a lot of customization for our platform. So there are some things that the resource library might not cover because they are specific to GivingEdge for our local region, because they do cover, you know, Minnesota gives and all of these other great giving days all across the country.
Ooh. And I wanted to add, Monica, just a great segue, because I was about to throw the URL for Give to the Max Day, which is Minnesota's kind of statewide big day of giving, which is going on now. And I've enjoyed kind of looking around. They're in early giving now, actually. And I've enjoyed looking around just to kind of get a sense of what the website will look like on Big Day of Giving as it kind of shifts from, you know, standard GivingEdge mode to Big Day of Giving, ramping up countdown mode. And this isn't exactly what the Big Day of Giving site will look like. But if you want to look around, check out other nonprofit profiles and get a sense of how the features kind of look on a giving day, I'm just going to throw that URL in the chat now. It's pretty fun.
Thanks. Okay, any last questions before we end today? Okay, well, if you didn't get a chance, or maybe you're a little shy, feel free to email us. We're happy to answer questions over email as well. as you know, we're always available there. Also on the Big Day of Giving Learning community is also a great option. Lots of resources available. We're here for you if you have any questions. Our GivingEdge coaches also have their office hours again this year if you have trouble filling out your profile. And yeah, we know it's a lot, but just know that there are a lot of resources here for you. And again, you don't have to use everything. So just know that if you're overwhelmed, there are a lot of places to turn to. Thank you all so much for joining us today. We're really excited to have this new year and to kick off this new platform. We've been working on this a lot, and we hope that it's you know, just another addition to help make Big Day of Giving even more impactful and even better for your nonprofit and highlighting the work that you do. So thank you all so much, and we will talk to you soon and hopefully see you in person soon. Okay, have a great day. Bye.